All right, lads, welcome back to another joint cigar review with both of the Stogie lads. What do we have here, lad?
Today we have a very special cigar. We have the Davidoff Year of the Ox. Incredible, just like majestic cigar looking at it.
It's a beautiful stick that we were gifted by absolute legend Tim from Instagram. You know, he's a kind guy, and he's sent us so much stuff, but this kind of takes the crown. These are extremely expensive.
Yeah,
they're about like 40 euros, dollars, pounds, whatever. Limited edition. Year of the Ox, obviously the Chinese zodiac year, so they're made in very limited quantities.
Yeah, so what we have here is a Dominican wrapper, a Ecuadorian Sumatra binder, and a joint Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. Yeah.
They're a 6x60 Gordo, so they're a big cigar, not usually what we smoke, but we were discussing this a little before, right? Like, with a special stick like this, a 60 is, for me, feels fine. And we said, like, if this was a different band, a lower rate, whatever, like, for me, that always feels iffy. I don't know, I don't like the big ring gauges, but with a Davidoff Year of the Ox, it feels fitting in some way.
Absolutely, and we've been just taken by, like, we've been trying to find the time and space to smoke this, and we've just been looking at it, and it's very, very
pristine.
Majestic.
Yeah, majestic is a good word. So let's get these cut up on this beautiful summer day, and we will be back to you guys in the first third with some initial thoughts. All right, lads, first third here. It's so enjoyable. We're earlier in the day. How are you experiencing it, lad?
Let me tell you, this is wow. I'm really enjoying this right now, as you said, middle of the day, and just what I noticed first of all is just the nuttiness, and kind of like with a bit of a sweetness as well. You nailed it down to even more specific something.
Well, yeah, just because it's like reminding me. Yeah. I get black tea on the initially on the palate, mostly in the first half of this first third. It's going fading by a brief puff, I can feel now, but I got like that herbal black tea and a little bit of bitterness, but like just the tiniest hint, which is nice. And then the finish, and I said this to you now when we were smoking, I feel like Davidoff might be the best brand there is with finishes. We've had like the Cohiba Robusto we had a few months ago, that also had just a fantastic long finish, but Davidoff finishes are always so good because they're extremely creamy. Like, these Davidoff cigars are always so creamy, but they maintain that throughout the finish. It doesn't thin out, it's not like a thin finish. Exactly. And like you said, it's nuts, and it's honey covered nuts. It's like honey and nuts and just cream, and it's filling the palate, lasting so long.
Yeah.
Even now, just delicious.
Being able to really take your time between the puffs as well, because you have that long finish, and
burning beautifully.
Yeah, nice burn.
As Davidoff always should. We're not the biggest fans of the Vitola. I just, there's something with the 60 in the mouth, it's too big. But when the cigar delivers this way flavor-wise, it doesn't really matter. It'll be interesting to see how long this burns. Laser sharp burn. But it's just super enjoyable. It's so good. I mean, this is like the perfect afternoon cigar right now. It's so creamy. I could to have like a cafe latte here. It would be beautiful, but for now, just enjoying the cigar. But this is fantastic. We'll see how this develops, though, and guess get back to you in the second third. But so far, fantastic.
So far, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we welcome you back to the second third of this cigar. And first off, I just want to show this beautiful ash so far. Yours just dropped. We have the same size here, and just showing the beautiful construction of this Davidoff, showing really how much effort they put into this cigar, making it with the rollers and everything, making it just uphold a very good construction.
You have to at this price.
Yeah, of course.
But speaking of effort, that's another point here. Just with the construction, like I feel like every time a cigar is like 54 ring gauge or higher, I feel like I have to put in a little bit of effort to keep it going. But there's nothing here. Like, you just puff on it casually. We set it down for a couple minutes sometimes, just chatting. Yeah. Pick it up, perfect draw, everything. But the flavor, it's kind of a one-note wonder, right? Like, how are you experiencing it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've been saying now, is that it's had this nice nutty cream flavor just all throughout, and even hasn't changed that much. I felt a little bit of a black pepper, not much at all, but just something entering.
Yeah. That's coming in for me as well now, in the back of the palate a little bit. For a while after we filmed, I was saying like, oh, it's nougaty, and I felt that nougat, like tiny bits of chocolate mixed into the nuttiness. That's kind of gone now. It's a little bit darker now, maybe like hints of earth, something like that. It's still just very nutty. It's still extremely creamy. It's not extremely complex. That's like a bad and good thing, I guess. For the casual earlier in the day cigar, this is just perfect. Like one of the best milder cigars that I've had.
Yeah.
But we haven't mentioned that, lad, how heavy it is. What are you saying? Because it's been described differently online.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess it wouldn't go more to say than just that it's experienced from the start to now, just light to medium body, I'd say.
Like a lot more. The finish is extremely long. Like there's a lot more flavor, but it's not heavy. It's pretty light.
Yeah.
Almost going in towards medium now. I'd say it's getting heavier, but yeah, light to medium, which is fantastic right now. But it'll be interesting to score this.
Exactly, the overall score.
Because it is very. If this feels like a situational cigar, like you need it in the right moments, which is like a lighter earlier in the day, more casual smoke. But weighing in the price, it's not a very casual price. So.
Exactly, that's what we have to consider as well.
Not too many flavor updates. It's still just perfect, like pleasurable, pleasant. But that finish is incredible. Like a few seconds after, that's when it hit the sweet spot. But yeah, let's continue enjoying these, lads, and then let's just get back into the end with our final thoughts. Yeah, cheers, guys. All right, lads, we are here, pretty much in the end. There's still a bit to go. We are like 1.5 hours in. Rubens is burning a little bit slower. Another nice ash, but I think we're ready to give some final thoughts. What did you think, lad? Any more flavor updates?
Actually, not really. I'd say we've been talking about it, like how this cigar's been such a nice flavor, like all the way through, but it hasn't very altered that much, should I say. It's been, to summarize for me, it's just been like the creaminess all along, the nuttiness has been
for sure
pretty substantial for me, and yeah, just that little black pepper as well was a note, I guess. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's been simple in that sense. It's not been very complex, is a better way to put it. So this is one of those where it's a good and a bad thing. It's been such a nice casual cigar. We've been sitting here for an hour and a half. I mean, I haven't been bored. That's the thing, though, to highlight, right? Because it's been so delicious where the notes have been. The nougat has come in and out a little bit. I'm getting like darker notes now. Like I said, hints of earth, like touches of leather, a little bit more black pepper, just like that kind of, just touches of that darker stuff. But it's still medium bodied. Still a lot of flavor, long, beautiful finish. But not very complex and just very creamy, nice, nutty, beautiful flavors, the ones that are there, but it's just not so complex. So what do you want to score it, lad? Because we were discussing this.
Yeah, and I said early on that I put this at a 90, and I haven't altered my mind that much.
Yeah.
Since it hasn't been that complex either. Like it's been a very nice, some very nice flavors and stuff, but just hasn't had that complexity, I'd say. So I'd put it around 90, and just I have to say as well that the construction has been absolutely beautiful. Yeah, beautiful Davidoff stuff. I was going 91 initially, but I'm actually joining Ruben at that 90. And what's important to highlight there is that score isn't how much we enjoyed it per se. It's more of how it's more of trying to grade a cigar objectively and trying to score it with how well it performs in like a substantiated way, right? The complexity is so low. That's what brings it down. The enjoyment level is extremely high, like we said, but the complexity is just that low that it drops at a 90. But for me, I put 90 where like that's the threshold for excellent. It's just so enjoyable and so well balanced, so rich in flavor, and the flavors are so crisp and nice that it's still excellent. For me, it can't fall below that. But yeah, that's why it gets a straight 90 for me. Yeah, exactly.
What about value for price, lad? What do you think there?
As we mentioned in the beginning, this is not a cheap cigar. It costs what did we say, like $40?
Yeah, $40.
So that is a lot of money to be putting up for like it's a nice flavor, but not getting that complexity. And for you, even recently smoking the Opus X, maybe you wanted to compare that, because those are two cigars in the same price range. But
we were discussing there's different types of price, and there's a YouTube video up on why cigars are expensive, and I talked about this. This is in the category of artificial price, whereas the Opus X, for example, is priced a lot based on the materials behind it and the effort. Not to say that, I mean, this is obviously beautifully crafted. It's very nicely blended and it's perfectly rolled. That does cost a lot. Davidoff have extremely high, expectations on quality, and these match that. So that does bring the price up. But these are in a lot of ways just not just a collector's item, but they are a collector's item where there's 13,000 boxes. A lot of those boxes are allocated for the Chinese market. They become very expensive because this is just released that one time ever.
Yeah.
So you already have that. I mean, because normal Davidoffs are like $20, $25.
Yep.
And then you get that limited edition stuff, and these are big cigars. So you're paying a lot for that. So in that way, it's not really fair to base the value on, but it's just something we wanted to touch on. I mean, this is still a beautiful cigar. This smokes as well as like a good Davidoff does. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a very, very delicious cigar. It's just more expensive because it's a limited edition thing. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's that.
Yeah, exactly. And it is like a nice cigar for even, I guess, special occasions. Because I mean, if you're not just out for smoking a cigar that'll blow you away, but something that's nice to have, like a bigger ring gauge, it feels very nice holding it. You can really feel the quality of it.
And it performs so well.
Performs so well.
Reliable.
Exactly. So yeah,
solid. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, it is a good special occasion for that. And if you want to smoke an expensive cigar earlier in the day and you want to enjoy it a lot, this is really great. This is like a good kind of bachelor party style cigar. I feel like when you're talking, you're drinking, you're doing a lot of other stuff. It's a very, like Ruben said, it's a majestic piece. It's beautiful quality. It's very tasty. It's very flavorful, but it's not extremely complex. So this is just a great cigar still.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
of course, can't say anything other than that.
But yeah, thank you so much again, Tim, for sending these over. It's been an absolute pleasure and such an honor to smoke such a crazy, cool cigar. We really hope you guys enjoyed the video, as always. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.